everybody, I'm back and I'm here to talk about Momsomnia and how to find some ways to self-care. So here's another thing that nobody really told you would happen, but this is very common. Moms get insomnia. And for me, in my particular situation, the minute my son slept through the night, until 5 a.m., which is what sleeping through the night means, 5 a.m., I was up all night. I couldn't believe it. He was sleeping, finally, and I could not sleep. That's it. Up until that point, even if he slept for 20 minutes, I was able to lie down and knock out. And all of a sudden, I had full-blown insomnia. And it was awful. And if you are experiencing this, it's horrible. There are no words. Sleep is so important, vital to survival. And when you can't sleep, nothing's working. And at some point you start going crazy. And, I don't want to condone taking, drugs or whatnot. But for me, what helped me, my mother, she gave me a few Ambien pills. And it was kind of like this emergency magic. And for me, when I feel the insomnia coming on, meaning I'm lying in bed, first hour, second hour, I take a pill and I kind of nip it in the bud. And usually the next day and so I'm fine. Okay, but every so often I need to nip it in the bud. It comes back. And what I've noticed for myself, and this is how it kind of merges into self-care, is it's very strongly related to my thoughts. Okay, so I'm lying there and I'm thinking what I gotta do, what I gotta get done, all the things that I'm working on, and I can't sleep. Well, what helps me is if I do some self-care, especially meditation, my mind gets that quiet time, and I can avoid these episodes for longer. So some of you do not meditate, and I understand it's hard to sit there in quiet, might be even the hardest thing for us to do. In our society, sitting in quiet is associated with laziness, non-productivity. But what happens when you're sitting in silence is you're giving your mind a chance to process the information, and you're giving your mind a break from the constant thoughts. Before all this, technology and cell phone era, when we stood online in the store, we just stood online and we had that silent time. And when, the food was cooking, we had that silent time. And when we were driving, we had that silent, there's a lot of silent time that we had to process information. And now we don't have that time. So we have to almost create that time so that we don't go crazy. I don't think our minds were designed to handle all this over-processing. So like I said, I understand if it's hard for you to sit there in silence, there are now meditation apps There's so many resources, YouTube videos. For me, I really enjoy guided meditation. So that's when you're sitting and someone's talking you through it. And you might say, oh, that's still thinking, but it is you thinking about positive messages, affirmations, expanding your consciousness, sending your body love, sending, opening your heart. So they're not the regular, thoughts that you're having during the day. They're kind of like food for your soul thoughts. So, look into that. This one woman I found recently is blowing my mind. Her name is Sarah Blondin, and she's on, YouTube, podcasts, apps. She's all over. I will put her name down. Amazing, Sarah Blondin. Just transformative magician of words. So, meditation. I can't even stress it enough. When I do meditate regularly-ish, that's like a few times a week, a significant change in my sleep patterns. Okay? Yoga, stretching, super awesome. And it does not have to be you going to yoga class or a stretching class. When my sister, when she had her daughter, she said, girl, I got 5 minutes. I got 10 minutes before she wakes up. That's 5 minutes for yoga, 5 minutes for meditation. That's all I got. And at the time I didn't really understand, but that's how it is sometimes. You just got 5 minutes, you got 10 minutes. And don't think it's not enough, it's not going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference. When your body feels loved by you, it responds pretty magically. Your body's listening to you, for sure. Yoga, meditation, breathing. Sometimes just a few deep breaths where you have no choice but to be in that moment. And that can make a world of a difference. There's this breath that David G talks about, the 16-minute breath. You breathe in for 4 counts. You hold for 4 counts. You breathe out for 4 counts. You hold out no breath for 4 counts. And you repeat that 3 times. Even if you do that once, that's 16 seconds of silence in your mind. A little break. A little well-deserved break. Going outside. If you have an opportunity to step outside of your door, maybe the baby's asleep, or maybe, you're at work, and just to go outside and just look up at the trees and to look at the clouds. Don't take these moments for granted. These are healing moments. The beauty of nature is very powerful. Noticing the little things, a little droplet of water on a leaf. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's these little moments that realign your energy. Okay? Sometimes just taking a breath before you routinely do something, before you turn the faucet on to wash the dishes. Just a big breath. And continue. Before you turn the car on, as you walk up to a door, before you turn that handle, just that breath. Self-care. self-care is so important. My sister, she gave me a box as a present. So brilliant. She gave me a box and she wrote on it self-care. And if I come across something that really intrigues me and resonates in my soul, you know, sometimes you read something and you're like, I felt that. Oprah calls it aha moment. But, you know, if I come across something like that, she told me to put it into the box so that when sometimes you need a little wisdom, you're going through a hard darkness, she told me go into that box and pick something out and allow yourself to reap the benefits of that wisdom. So yeah, all you moms out there who are not sleeping, you know, start your self-care routine. Find things that, you know, whatever it is, could be something different. And, you know, I would suggest having some kind of backup, medication to just nip it in the bud. Sometimes people say, I just bought actually some, the natural, what is that called? It's natural sleep, melatonin. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer. 100% drug free. The only thing is you don't want to take this every day because, you know, even though your body naturally produces melatonin for normal sleep, if you take this regularly, even, you know, 3-4 days in a row, it's going to start messing up your own melatonin production. So you actually, you know, which they should write this on the bottle, but they don't. But yeah, sometimes, you know, when you feel that coming on, take one, nip it in the bud, put it down and walk away. So yeah, I wish you all the most amount of sleep, you know, but if you can't, power through, soar to the sky, find your ways to relax and get into a restful state in your brain. And remember, you know, you're doing your best. You're a great mom and a great dad, and remember that we're all doing our best. It's not about being perfect. That doesn't even exist. It's about just doing our best and remembering that